Welcome to the late night double feature picture show. Friends, hello. Welcome back to Amethyst Craftworks. I am Samantha, and first of all, hello. How are you? I hope you are doing good today. I'm fine. I'm a little bamboozled here, but we'll get into that. But I'm doing fine. I hope you are as well. And today, I finally have a Movie Marquee challenge update for you that has been a long time coming, and to be perfectly honest, I've been excited to do, but also apprehensive to do, and also not at all motivated to do, and we will go over all of these things here in due time, But I did just want to say, first of all, I do not know what happened in July. To be perfectly honest with you, when it hit August 1st, I was completely blindsided. I'm not even kidding you. I was bamboozled and confused and angry and sad and bewildered and confounded and perplexed, vexed, all of these words, because July just, I don't even know. It just sort of disappeared on me. Time really got away from me in July to the point where I did absolutely nothing that I wanted to or that I needed to do in July. It just didn't happen, and I feel weird because it genuinely feels like 2 weeks ago I recorded that video, my last video, saying, "Oh, I've been gone for a month, I'm so sorry." And then here I am gone for another month and I have no idea where the time went. Who knows? I'm like, am I stuck in some kind of time vortex? Maybe. I'm not really sure. To be perfectly honest, I can't even say a definitive yes or no on that. But at the very least, I'm here now. We are ready to do a Movie Marquee challenge update that is quite a hefty update here, I will say. And so without too much more babbling here, let's just get into the actual update, which is what you were here to see anyway. Now, first of all, let me take you back in time. I want to say about 2 weeks ago. Now, in my defense, I had fully planned to do a Movie Marquee challenge update in July. I had everything ready to go. I even filmed it. And then some disaster struck. So let me take you back in time. Instead of just telling you what happened, let me show you what happened, okay? Roll that beautiful bee in footage. So I thought in June doing the V-stitch might be a fun change, and I think I might do a sort of open... Oh no! Disaster, hold on. So, you can see what happened there. Now I will say, the blanket is fine. It didn't get sticky or even wet, really. The floor took the brunt of the spilled drink. The chair took the rest of it. And then I myself, like my side on like my leg and stuff, took the rest. So the blanket is safe. We're good. Nothing's ruined. But this is why Samantha doesn't drink out of a cup without a lid anymore. Because she's somehow like a big toddler, and anything other than a sippy cup just confounds her, right? So, no more open drinks open cans, open bottles around my crochet in this area. We are forever with the lid cups, even straw toppers like this Paris Hilton. Anyway, everything is encapsulated inside this cup. Nothing is coming out. We are not having a repeat of that. However, even though the blanket, which I've got sitting here, came out unscathed, my desire and my motivation to re-record the video, to like clean this blanket, to like do kind of anything, went from 100 to 0 in half a second. Like, no time flat. I didn't even record like an end to that video. It could have been a haha funny blooper thing in the video and it would have been fine, I think, had I recorded any kind of outro. But the only outro that really exists on my camera is me swearing to myself here, cleaning up spilled sparkling water. And that's not really what we do here on this channel. So I didn't re-record it because I was just like, I already did it and I effed it up royally. I have no desire anymore to do anything. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but your girl has kind of an avoidant personality. It's just one of my flaws, let me say. So when I don't want to do something, or I feel like guilty, like I should have been doing something, but I haven't been doing that something, I just avoid it completely. And so here we are into August, and I still have June to show you. So let's actually get into what I showed off in that failed video, which was June's section of work on my Movie Marquee Challenge blanket. So before I get into the update, let me go over what this challenge is, just to get it out of the way, right? So it is a year-long challenge every month that is hosted by me, by Bella from Bella's Crochet Gifts, and Heather the Crochet Witch. Hello, long time no see, girlies, hello. It's between the three of us. Each month, one of us is picking a movie. Then everybody is using that movie's poster for color inspo, general inspo, to work on a thing. Whether it's a whole big project in the month, or if you're like me and you're doing parts of a project, squares, etc., right? It's like a fun make-along, crochet-along kind of thing between the three of us, right? I have not given you a proper update since I picked my movie for June, because I just suck as a YouTuber, let me tell you. So, June was Insidious: The Red Door. I did teal, green colors, and then red shades, and then white in between. It's very difficult to see against my black sweatshirt, or a t-shirt, sweatshirt. It is too hot for sweatshirts here, let me tell you. Anyway, on my black t-shirt. So there's black, and in between are the V-stitch rows that I did. I can even hold it up to you so you can see it a bit better. It turned out really cute, I will say. I like the color palette of the movie poster and the way they kind of worked up together. I also added another green-blue here to the mix. I think it's the very first row of green here after the white. It is a Pound of Love from Line Brand. I think the color is wintergreen. Wintergreen. It just sort of fit. I had 3 shades of red, so I did 3 shades of the like tealy, greeny, blue color, you know? And I thought it looked nice. And I used quite a lot of the scrap that I had of that green. I used every last little bit of the teal, the last teal up here. I used up most of the white. think a lot of the reds, like this was a stash busting section for real. But I love it. I love the way it turned out. I think the V-stitch was a nice stitch to pick. It was fun to work up. I like stitches like that. And it just, I don't even know. Let's hold it maybe this way. Like, it just kind of adds, oh man, it just adds a little something something to what is a really chaotic and fabulous blanket. Let me just say, look at that. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Every time I see it all kind of unfurled this way, hits my brain with some serotonin immediately, let me just say. I love it. And so this is actually the first half of the year, right? This is half of my blanket, right? I don't necessarily think it's going to be an equal half. Like, I don't think this is the, like, exact half and the other half of the year is going to be the same size. Do you know what I mean? Because this is, like, wide enough to cover me sitting here, but the wrong way. Like, sideways instead of this way, right? We think of the blanket going like this, right? Up and down instead of side to side. I think what I'm saying is making sense. And it's not quite halfway the length that I want it to be. So, these next 6 months, July, well, these next 6 months starting last month, so July through December, I think I'm going to do more rows, bigger sections, to try to add some length, because I think at one point I was super scared that this blanket was just going to be like monstrously long, and then I was conservative with the rows that I did, and I shouldn't have been. I should have just gone as ham as I wanted to, right? So we're going to try to make up for that in the last half of the year. But this is the blanket so far. However, we have some months here to add to it. So let me grab the yarn, let me grab my project bag, and we will get into that next. Just one sec here. So I've got my crochet stitch dictionary here in my lap. I have the V-stitch marked here. And I also had, I think this was the last, where is it? Stitch that I did marked here. Yeah. So these, the alternate stitch, so these two bookmarks can come out. And I haven't yet picked a stitch out, but I'm going to pick two different ones. I was contemplating combining July and August together into like one big section, but why would I do that? You know, why would that be a thing? So I'm going to pick two separate stitch patterns out of this book that I have been using all year. I don't really have an idea on what I want to do, although I think I might go for some more lacy ones for August and July. It makes sense to me in my head because those are the hot months. So lacy stitches in July and June and August, it makes sense to me. But I also, the previous months, the previous stitch patterns have all been quite dense. So I think spreading it out a little bit, having some differentiation, texture difference might be fun. I did want to show you the book, although I haven't picked out stitches, but that's really not important just yet, because we gotta talk about the yarn first, right? So I've got my good old Movie Marquee project bag here with 2 months, two months of yarn stuffed in here. And we're going to go over the colors and the movie picks and all that good stuff, because that's where we're starting. You know, you start from the beginning, you pick the yarn, then you pick the stitch that you're going to make with that yarn, right? So let's go over the colors. So for July was Heather's pick, and she picked, drum roll, Gran Turismo. Turismo. I have to be honest. I have not seen this movie, and not for like any particular reason. Car movies, and I'm pretty sure it's a car movie. I don't know a lot about it, but I'm pretty sure it's a car movie. Those aren't usually my cup of tea. However, David Harbour and Orlando Bloom are very much my cup of tea. So I would like to see the movie. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But that was the movie that she picked in July, which we are playing catch up on, right? That's the first of 2 movies here in the double feature, right? So, let's see. These colors, let's start off with this one. This is Mustard from Big Twist Value. This I had to purchase because the movie poster, it features so heavily in that movie poster. I had to get it. So we've got Mustard. I guess I can't really disaster too much if I knock this over versus an almost full can of Liquid Death. Anyway, I've also got another shade of yellow. I've got a little scrap ball because even though I have a full brand new skein right there of Mustard, I am trying to use up scraps and floppy skeins and bits and pieces of things that I've got. So I have a scrap here. However, I'm not sure that's big enough to finish a whole row. So I did have, this is from my stash. This I didn't buy. This is Varsity Yellow, also from Big Twist Value from Joann's house brand. So I've got yellow because that's also in the poster. I've got white. This is a partial skein of Hirschner's Worsted 8. Can I hold it up to you so the glare doesn't get it? Kinda. I have quite a few of these Worsted 8 colors. I've hauled a whole bunch of these Worsted 8 colors, both solids like this one and the variegated colors. Last month, I used up a little scrap ball, I think it was, of Worsted 8 in white is the color. Yeah, it's just called white. And then I realized, well, I have this too that's like kind of a half skein or so. So this was in my scrap bin, so I'm going to use this white. I'm not putting black into the stitch work sections for every month. Black is my border color. Black is my joining color for each month. There's a section of half double crochets in black the end of every month. So I'm not putting black in. And otherwise, the color selection without black in the poster is a lot of red and some blue, I'm pretty sure. Red and blue in the uniforms and the jackets and stuff. And then the like sunset gold and white. And so this is very primary colors. Yellow, gold, white, 2 shades of red and a blue. These are also Big Twist Value. I think deep red, burgundy, varsity blue. I think, if I'm not mistaken. But these are just going in there too. And then, let me make sure before I say and then. Okay. I think we're ready for and then. So, and then August was Bella's pick. She picked Oscar. Now this, again, is not a movie that I'm familiar with. In fact, this particular movie I had never even heard of until Bella picked it and, was showing us her possible Movie Marquee Challenge movies for the upcoming year. I gotta be honest, I'd never heard of it. Sylvester Stallone, I never heard of it. It looks kind of, from what I can gather from the poster, it kind of looks like a comedy. Is it? It could also be a very serious movie, but I don't know. I haven't seen it. What can I say? But the color palette in that poster is similar to July's movie of Gran Turismo. So some of the colors overlap. Like white. White is absolutely going into August. So is red. I don't necessarily know if this is enough. Whatever stitch I decide to do for either month, I don't know if this is enough to do 2 rows or whatever. So this, maybe if I have any. I have plenty of the varsity red, no, deep red from Big Twist Value. There's a box beside me right here on the floor that holds partial skeins. There's another one in there. There's also partial cherry, I think, from Red Heart. Very similar kind of color. So if I run out of this one, I've got backups, right? So that's going in. I've also got a much deeper red. Did I have a much deeper red? I thought I had a much deeper red. Maybe I don't. Maybe it's just a different red. So this is, I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. I bought this for the Stitch and Scream last year and then didn't have enough, so I bought more. Bought too much, and so I've got some left. And so this is a tweed. A red and black tweed. I think it's called red tweed. It is. It's called red tweed. And so this is going to go in there either in place of that dark red or in addition to the dark red, because the red plays very heavily. The lady's dress and her like feather boa and stuff. I think Sylvester Stallone, this is tie red. Like red features pretty heavily in the movie poster. So red in whatever versions I've got handy is going in. And I've also got 2 other little scraps in here. One is, now, I did just say I'm not putting black in the month sections. This is black, but it's not solely black, right? It's sparkly. It's also like a hair magnet. Anyway, it's sparkly. This is a crystal cake from Karen. The end of a crystal cake from Karen. I want to say like two winters ago now, I think. They came out with these sparkly yarns. I had black, purple, and like a gray brown. Anyway, I digress. So I have a little bit left, and I thought this was sort of giving pinstripe, right? Sylvester Stallone's suit is pinstripe, black and white pinstripe. And I thought 1 row in the middle of this section in some sparkly scrap yarn that I have might give the illusion of pinstripes. I do have other black sparkly yarns. I have plenty of black sparkly yarns thanks to some lovelies out there, Ashley and Myra, as well as me buying it because I'm a derp, but I have this little scrap ball, so I want to use this. And plus this yarn, oh, it's so soft and squishy and beautiful. So I want to put this in. We'll see. We'll see. The last color that I have handy here is just a pink. There we go. Let's ball it up properly. Now, I did want to add one other color to here, but I didn't grab it. I didn't even set it on top, so I don't know. I don't know where it is currently, so imagine that I'm holding a gray here, right? I've got gray in my hand because the gentleman in the bottom of the poster, he's got a gray suit on with a pink button down, a pink shirt underneath it, right? So pink, gray, right? You get me? So gray, pink, white, sparkly black, and red for Oscar. It's a lovely color combo, I will say, but I'm totally unfamiliar with the movie. And then gold and yellow, white, reds, and then blue for Gran Turismo, which I completely derped on and just didn't even do, because July disappeared on me, I have to say. Oh, I just bumped you. Sorry if you heard that. Anyway, July just like disappeared. I don't even know what happened, but it was gone in a flash, and I had nothing to show for it. Anyway, I had to take a sec here to wet my whistle in between takes here. And it doesn't even matter really, because that was my update for the Movie Marquee. We have got 2 movies, hence the late night double feature picture show. We've got July, which was Gran Turismo, and then we have August, which is Oscar, both of which are being added to my blanket this month. And I feel like I'm just kind of constantly apologizing to you guys for all kinds of things regarding the Movie Marquee. And I would love to say that I am like going to keep up with it and we're going to be better and stuff, but I also will be honest and say, like, life is crazy. Burnout is a real thing, and I'm doing my best here. So at the very least, I will work on the month I missed and the month we're in, and then I will come back and at least show you what I did, because I at least owe you that much, right? Right. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me here. Thank you for coming back for my Movie Marquee shenanigans that have been a long time coming, that should have been here weeks ago, but I just blinked and July was over, and so thank you anyway for putting up with me. And until I do have an update on this blanket, I will just see you later. I hope you have a good day, and I'll talk to you next time. Goodbye. Goodbye.